please.
Get a taxi, Freddie!
Yes, Mother, I'll get a taxi right away. I'm sorry.
Ah, it's your son, is he? Well, if you've done your duty, Barb, as a mother should, you wouldn't let him spoil a poor girl's flowers and run away without paying.
Go about your business, my girl.
And you wouldn't run off without paying either. There's manners for you.
Taxi, please.
Cheer up, Captain. Bar flower off a poor girl.
I'm sorry, I don't have any change.
Go on, I can change half a crown. Here, take this for tuppence.
No, I really don't have any. Stop. Oh, here's 3 halfpence if it's any use to you.
Thank you, Captain.
There! You be careful. Better give him a flower for it. There's a copper there behind that pillar typing down every blessed word you're saying.
Oh, I ain't done nothing wrong by speaking to the gentleman. And I'm a respectable girl, so help me. I've never spoke to him except to ask him to buy flowers.
What's the matter with you, North? What's he doing?
There's a copper taking it down.
Oh, sir, don't let him charge me. You don't know what it means to me. They'll take away my character and drive me on the streets for speaking to gentlemen.
There! Who's hurting you, silly girl? What do you take me for?
Oh, my Bible oath, I'll never say a
Shut
word.
up! Do I look like a policeman?
What'd you take down my words for? How do I know whether you took me down right? You just show me what you wrote about me. What's this? That ain't proper writing. I can't read that.
I can. Cheer up, Captain. Buy a flag off a poor girl.
Oh, it's because I called him Captain. Oh, sir, I meant no harm. Please don't let him lay a charge against me for a word like that.
Charge? I meant no charge. Really, sir, if you are a detective, you need not begin protecting me against molestation by young women until I ask you. Anybody could see that the girl meant no harm.
He ain't a copper. He's a gentleman. Look at his boots.
Come on, all you people down at Chelsea.
Who told you my people come from Chelsea?
Never mind, they do. How do you come to be up so far east? You were born in Lisson Grove.
Oh, what harm is there in me leaving Lisson Grove? It wasn't fit for a pig to live in. I had to pay 4 and 6 a week.
Live where you like, but for heaven's sake, stop making that noise.
Good girl I am. Do you know where I come from?
Hoxton.
Well, who said I didn't? Blimey, you know everything.
Tell him where he comes from if you want to go fortune.
Cheltenham, Harrow, Cambridge, and India. Quite right.
He ain't a copper. He's a blooming busybody. That's what he is.
Just, do you do this sort of thing for a living on the music halls? I have thought of that. Perhaps I will someday.
He's no gentleman, he ain't. To interfere with a poor girl.
But how do you do it, if I may ask? Well, simple phonetics. The science of speech. That's my profession, also my hobby. Anyone can spot an Irishman or a Yorkshireman by his brogue. I can place a man within 6 miles. I can place him within 2 miles in London. Sometimes, as in the case of this girl, within 2 streets.
Unmanly coward. Let him mind his own business and leave a poor girl.
Woman, cease this detestable boo-hooing instantly.
I've a right to be here if I like. Same as you.
A woman who utters such depressing and disgusting sounds has no right to be anywhere, no right to live. Remember that you are a human being, with a soul, and the divine gift of articulate speech. That your native language is the language of Shakespeare and Milton and the Bible. And don't sit there crooning like a bilious pigeon. Look, a prisoner of the gutter, condemned by every syllable she utters. By right, she should be taken out and hung for the cold-blooded murder of the English tongue. Ow! Ow! Heavens, what a noise! This is what the British population calls an elementary education. Come, sir, I think you picked a poor example. Did I? I could pass you off as the Queen of Sheba.
You don't believe that, do you, Captain?
Oh, well, anything is possible. I myself am a student of Indian dialects. Would you know Colonel Pickering, the author of Spoken Sanskrit? I am Colonel Pickering. No. Yes, who are you? Henry Higgins. No. Yes, author of Higgins Universal Alphabet. I came from India to meet you. I was going to India to meet you. Higgins. Pickering. And where are you staying? At the Carlton. No, you're not. You're staying at 27A Wimpole Street. Come with me and we'll have a jaw over supper. Right you are. You know, Indian dialects have always fascinated me.
Barflower, kind sir. I'm short for me lodging.
Liar, you said you could change half a crown.
You ought to be stuffed with nails. You ought here, take the old blooming basket for sixpence.
Ah, church. A reminder. How many are there, actually? How many what? Now, Indian dialects. I say, Higgins, it's a fearful strain listening to all these vowel sounds. I'm quite done up for this afternoon.
Mr. Higgins,
What is it, Mrs. Pierce?
a young woman wants to see you, sir.
The young woman. What does she want? Has she an interesting accent?
Oh, something dreadful, sir.
Let's have her in. Show her in, Mrs. Pierce.
Very well, sir.
Well, this is rather a bit of luck. I'll show you how I make records. We'll set her talking, then I'll take her down in Bell's visible speech, then in broad Romic, and then we'll get her on the phonograph so that you can turn her on as often as you like.
This is the young woman, sir.
Oh, no! This is the girl I jotted down last night. She's no use. Be off with you. I don't want you.
Don't you be so saucy. You ain't heard what I come for yet, did you tell him? I come in a taxi.
Nonsense, girl. What do you think a gentleman like Mr. Higgins cares what you came in?
We are proud. We ain't above giving lessons, not him. I heard him say so. Well, I ain't come here to ask for any compliment. If my money's not good enough, I can go elsewhere.
Good enough for what?
Good enough for you. Now you know, don't you? I'll come to every lessons I have. And to pay for them too, make no mistake.
Well, what do you expect me to say to you?
Well, if you was a gentleman, you might ask me to sit down, I think. Don't I tell you, I'm bringing your business.
Pickering, should we ask this baggage to sit down, or should we throw her out of the window?
Ah, what won't be called a baggage when I've offered to pay, like any lady?
But what is it you want, my girl?
I want to be a lady in a flower shop. Instead of selling flowers at the corner of Tottenham Court Road. Well, they won't take me unless I can talk more genteel. Well, he said he could teach me. Here I am, ready to pay him, not asking any favour, and he treats me as if I was dirt. Well, I know what lessons cost as well as you do, and I'm ready to pay.
How much?
Ah, now you're talking. I thought you'd come off it when you saw a chance of getting back a bit of what you chucked at me last night. You did a drop in, hadn't you?
Sit down.
If you're going to make a compliment, I'll...
Sit down.
Sit down, girl. Do as you're told.
What is your name?
Liza. Dooley.
Won't you sit down, Miss Doolittle?
Don't mind if I do.
How much do you propose to pay me for the lessons?
I know what's right. Yeah, a lady friend of mine gets French lessons for 18 pence an hour from a real French gentleman. Now, I know you wouldn't have the face to ask me the same for teaching me my own language as you would for French. So I won't give more than a shilling. Take it or leave it.
You know, Pickering, if you consider a shilling not as a simple shilling, but as a percentage of this girl's income, it works out as fully equivalent to 60 or 70 pounds from a millionaire. By George, it's the biggest offer I ever had.
60 pounds? No, I never offered you 60 pounds. I never thought I'd get 60 pounds.
Hold your tongue.
I ain't got no 60 pounds.
Why are you silly girl? Sit down. Nobody's going to touch your money.
Somebody's going to touch you with a broomstick if you don't stop snivelling. Now sit down.
Wow. Who would think you was my father?
Here,
What's this for?
to wipe your eyes. to wipe any part of your face that feels moist. Remember, that's your handkerchief and that's your sleeve. Don't mistake the one for the other if you wish to become a lady in a shop.
Higgins, I'm interested. You know your boast that you could pass her off as a duchess at an embassy ball? I'll say you're the greatest teacher alive if you can make that good. I'll bet you all the expenses of the experiment you can't do it. And I'll even pay for the lessons.
Ow, you're real good. Thank you, Captain.
It's almost irresistible. She's so deliciously low. So horribly dirty.
I like dirty. I wash my face and hands before I come, Auntie.
I'll take it. I'll make a duchess of this draggle-tailed gutter snipe. That's not today. No, that's not. Take her away and clean her, Mrs. Pierce. Sandpaper if it won't come off any other way. Is there a good fire in the kitchen?
Yes, but...
Take all her clothes off and burn them. And order some new ones. Wrap her in brown paper till they come.
Good girl I am, and I know what the likes of you are, I do.
You want none of your slum prudery here, young woman. You've got to learn to behave like a duchess. Take her away, Mrs. Pierce. If she gives you any trouble, wallop her.
Police are well. Well, I've got no place to put her.
Put her in the dustbin.
Sorry, you can't take a girl up like that as if you were picking up a pebble on the beach.
Why not?
She may be married. Gone.
There, as the girl very properly says, gone.
Who'd marry me?
By George, Eliza. The streets will be strewn with the bodies of men shooting themselves for your sake before I know it.
Here, I'm going. He's chummy, he is. I don't want no balm he's teaching me.
Oh, indeed, I'm mad, am I? Very well, Mrs. Pierce, you needn't order the new clothes for her. Throw her out.
Stop, Mr. Higgins. I won't allow it. Go home to your parents, girl.
I ain't got no parents.
There you are, she ain't got no parents. The girl doesn't belong to anybody, and she's no use to anybody but me.
Does it occur to you, Higgins, that the girl has some feelings?
Oh, no, I don't think so. Feelings that we need to bother about.
I've got my feelings same as anyone else.
Mr. Higgins, I must know on what terms the girl is to be here. What is to become of her when you've finished your teaching?
But what is to become of her if I leave her in the gutter? Answer me that, Mrs. Pierce.
That's her business, not yours, Mr. Higgins.
Well, when I'm done with her, we can throw her back into the gutter, and then it'll be her own business again.
Oh, you've no feeling, Auntie. You don't care for nothing but yourself here. I've had enough of this. Come on, go. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, you all.
Eliza!
Ah!
Have some chocolates.
How do I know what might be in them? I've heard of girls being drugged by the like of you.
Pledge of good faith, Eliza. I eat one half. You eat the other. You shall have boxes of them. Barrels of them every day. You shall live on them, eh?
Oh, no, I can't. I'm too lazy perhaps to take it out of my mouth.
Excuse me, Higgins, but I really must interfere. Mrs. Pierce is quite right. If this girl is to put herself in your hands for 6 months for an experiment in teaching, she must understand thoroughly what she's doing.
Eliza, you are to stay here for the next 6 months, learning how to speak beautifully, like a lady in a florist's shop. If you're good and do whatever you are told, you shall sleep in a proper bedroom and have lots to eat and money to buy chocolates and take rides in taxis. If you're naughty and idle, you will sleep in the back kitchen among the black beetles and be walloped by Mrs. Pierce with a broomstick. At the end of 6 months, you shall go to Buckingham Palace in a carriage, beautifully dressed. If the king finds out you're not a lady, you'll be taken by the police to the Tower of London, where your head will be cut off as a warning to other presumptuous flower girls. But if you are not found out, you shall have a present of 7 and 6 to start life with as a lady in a shop. If you refuse this offer, you'll be the most ungrateful, wicked girl, and the angels will weep for you. Now you're satisfied, Pickering? Could I put it more plainly or fairly, Mrs. Pierce?
Come with me, Eliza.
That's right, Mrs. Pierce. Bundle her off to the bathroom.
You're a great bully, you are. I won't stay here if I don't like. And I won't let nobody wallop me.
Don't answer back, girl.
I didn't know what I was letting myself in for. I would never come up here. I've always been a good girl and a working for the whole. God!
quick tongue. I'll take her anywhere and pass her off as anything. I'll make a queen of that barbarous wretch.
Higgins, forgive the bluntness, but if I'm to be in this business, I shall feel responsible for the girl. I hope it's clearly understood that no advantage is to be taken of her position.
What? That thing? Sacred, I assure you.
Now, Higgins, you know what I mean. This is no trifling matter. Are you a man of good character where women are concerned?
Have you ever met a man of good character where women were concerned?
Yes, very frequently.
Well, I haven't.
Brings the retinue, sir. You should at least answer it.
All right, keep it on the desk. I'll get to it.
If you please, sir, there is a dustman at the door. Alfred Doolittle wants to see you. He says you have his daughter here.
I'm afraid I've got to tell you that the trouble's beginning already.
Say,
Send the blackguard in.
Very well, sir.
but he may not be a blackguard, Higgins.
Nonsense, of course he's a blackguard. We may get something interesting out of him.
About the girl.
No, I mean his dialect.
Doolittle, sir.
Is £5 unreasonable? I put it to you, and I'll leave it to you.
You know, Peggy, if we were to take this man in hand for the next 6 months, he could choose between a seat in the cabinet and a popular pulpit in Wales.
No, thank you, kindly, Governor. No, undeserving poverty is my life.
He's got him a fiver.
He made bad use of it, I'm afraid.
So, Governor, I won't. There won't be a penny of it left by Monday. Just one good spree for myself and the missus, giving pleasure to ourselves and employment to others. You couldn't spend it better.
This is irresistible. Let's give him 10.
No! Oh, the missus wouldn't have the heart to spend 10, sir. £10 is a lot of money. It makes a man feel prudent, like, and then good by the happiness. No, you give me what I asked for. Not a penny less, not a penny more.
I'd rather draw the line at encouraging this sort of immorality. Now, Doolittle, why don't you marry this missus of yours? After all, marriage is not so frightening. You married Eliza's mother.
Who tells you that?
Pickering, if we listen to this man for another minute, we shall have no convictions left. £5, I think.
Thank you, Governor. Good morning. Thank you.
Oh, no, I won't say these bloody vows.
It's Eliza! Oh, I never thought she'd been up so good looking. Oh, she does me credit, don't she, Governor?
Yeah. What you doing here?
You hold your tongue. Don't you give these gentlemen none of your lip, Governor. If you have any trouble with her, you give her a few minutes and a scrap. That's the way to improve her mind. Good morning, Governor. Good morning. Cheerio, Eliza.
By George, there's a man for you. A philosophical genius of the first water. Mrs. Pierce, write to Mr. Ezra D. Wallingford and tell him if he wants a lecturer to get in touch with Mr. Alfred P. Doolittle. Common dustman, but one of the most original moralists in England.
Yes, sir.
Here. What did he come for?
Say your vows.
I know me vows. I know them before I come.
If you know them, say them.
I-A-I-O-U.
Stop! Say A-E-I-O-U.
That's what I said. I-A-I-O-U. I've been saying them for 3 days. I won't say them no more.
I know it's difficult, Miss Doolittle, but try to understand.
No use explaining, Pickering. As a military man, you should know that. Drilling is what she needs. We're much better to leave her, or she'll be turning to you for sympathy.
All right, if you insist, but have a little patience with her, Higgins.
Of course. Say A.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
Didn't I say that?
No, Eliza, you didn't say that. You didn't even say that. Every night before you get into bed, where you used to say your prayers, I want you to repeat, the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain 50 times. You'll get much further with the Lord if you learn not to offend his ears. Now for your H's, Pickering is going to be ghastly.
Control yourself, Higgins. Give the girl a chance.
Of course. No one expects us to get it right the first time. How kind of you to let me come.
How kind of you to let me come.
No, kind of you. It's just like cup of tea. Kind of you, cup of tea, kind of you. Say cup of tea.
Cup of tea?
No, cup of tea. Awfully good cake. I wonder where Mrs. Pierce gets it.
First rate
And the strawberry tart's delicious. And have you tried the blind tyke?
Try it again, Eliza. A cup of tea. A cup of tea.
A cup of tea.
Put your tongue forward until it squeezes against the top of your lower teeth. Now say cup.
Cup.
Now say of.
Of.
Now say cup, 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 of.
Cup, 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 cup.
Yum. My turn, that was a glorious tea, Higgins. Do finish the strawberry tart. I couldn't eat another thing.
No thanks, old chap, really.
Oh, it's a shame to waste it.
I won't go to waste. I know someone who's immensely fond of strawberry tarts. Officer! Marbles. There we are. Now, I want you to read this and enunciate each word just as if the marbles were not in your mouth. With blackest moss, the flower pots were thickly crusted, one and all. Each word as clear as a bell.
I say, Higgins, are those marbles really necessary?
If they were necessary for Demosthenes, they're necessary for Eliza Doolittle. Go on, Eliza. I cannot understand a word, not a word.
I say, Higgins, perhaps the poem's too difficult for the girl. Why don't you try a simpler one like the Owl and the Pussycat? That's a damn fine poem.
Pickering, I cannot hear the girl! What's the matter? Why did you stop? Well, that's rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
I can't. I'm so tired.
For God's sake, Higgins, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Do be reasonable.
I'm always reasonable. Eliza, if I can go on with a blistering headache, you can. We're making fine progress. I think the time has come to try her out.
Mr. Higgins, it is 3 o'clock in the morning. Are you feeling all right?
Quite well, thank you, Mrs. Pierce, and you? Splendid. Let's test her in public and see how she fares. I know. Let's take her to the races.
The races?
Yes, my mother's box at Ascot.
You'll consult your mother first, of course.
Of course. No, we'll surprise her. Let's go straight to bed. First thing in the morning, we'll go off and buy her a gown. Go on with your work, Eliza.
But Mr. Higgins, it's early in the morning.
What better time to work than early in the morning? Where does one buy a lady's gown?
Whiteley's, of course.
How do you know that?
Common knowledge.
We mustn't get her anything too flowery. I despise those gowns with a sort of weed here and a weed there. Something simple, modest, and elegant is what's called for. Perhaps with a sigh.
Carl Pickering, I am extremely vexed. I have no notion my son Henry was coming to Ascot.
Well, he had to come, Mrs. Higgins. You see, he's taking the girl to the annual embassy ball, and he wanted to try her out first.
I beg your pardon.
The annual embassy ball.
No, the annual embassy ball. What girl?
Oh, well, it's quite simple, really. You see, one night I went to the opera at Covent Garden to hear one of my favourite operas, Aida, and as I was coming out, incidentally, they didn't do Aida that night, no, they did Götterdämmerung instead. I'd never heard Götterdämmerung before. By George, that's a rackety.
Well, what am I to go?
Ah, yes, look, as I was coming out, I met your son, Henry, who in turn met Miss Doolittle, who now lives with Henry.
Lives with him? Is it a love affair?
Heavens, no. She's a flower girl. He picked her up off the curbstone.
Flower girl.
Higgins said, Pickering, you see this girl? In 6 months, I could make a duchess of her.
Charles, you better stay by the car. I may well be leaving abruptly. Ray, my celebrated son, has no manners.
Devil could they be?
Oh, Colonel Pickering, just in time for tea.
Ah, Mrs. Higgins, thank you. May I introduce Miss Eliza Doolittle?
My dear Miss Doolittle.
How kind of you to let me come. I haven't said anything I oughtn't, have I?
Not at all, my dear.
That's a mercy anyhow. What I always say.
I don't suppose there's enough time. My dear.
I have a bet. On number 7. I should be so happy if you would take it.
Higgins, if there's any mishap tonight, if Miss Doolittle suffers any embarrassment whatever, it's on your head alone. I've been begging you to call off this experiment ever since Ascot.
Eliza can do anything.
But suppose she's discovered. Suppose she makes another ghastly mistake.
There'll be no horses at the ball, Pickering.
God, if anything happened tonight, I don't know what I'd do.
You could always rejoin your regiment.
Oh, Higgins, this is no time for flippancy. The way you've driven her these past 6 weeks has exceeded all the bounds of comedy. Oh, for God's sake, Higgins, stop pacing up and down. Can't you settle somewhere?
Have some port, it'll quieten your nerves.
I'm not nervous. Where is it?
Desk. The car is here, sir.
Thank you, Mrs. Pierce. You helping Eliza?
Yes, sir.
Help her indeed. I'll bet the damn gown doesn't fit. I warned you about those French designers. You should have gone to a good English store where you knew everybody would be on our side. Have a little port.
No, thank you.
It'll quieten your nerves.
No, thank you.
Are you so sure that she'll retain all you've hammered into her?
We shall see.
But suppose she doesn't.
Then I lose my bet.
Do you know what I can't stand about you, Higgins? It's your confounded complacency. In a moment like this, with so much at stake, it is utterly indecent that you don't need a little port. What of the girl? You act as if she doesn't matter at all.
Oh, rubbish, Pickering. Of course she matters. What could possibly matter more than to take a human being and change her into a different human being by creating a new speech for her? Why, it's filling up the deepest gulf that separates class from class and soul from soul. She matters immensely.
Don't you think so, Higgins?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Colonel Hugh Pickering!
Mrs. Higgins. Well, she got past the first hurdle. The ambassador's wife was completely captivated.
I heard several people at the reception asking who she was.
Mrs. Higgins, do you think Eliza will make it?
Oh, I do hope so. I have grown enormously fond of the girl.
Professor Henry Higgins. Maestro! Maestro!
Higgins, it was an immense achievement.
A silly notion. If I hadn't backed myself to do it, I'd have chucked the whole thing up 2 months ago.
Absolutely fantastic.
A lot of tomfoolery.
Higgins, I salute you too.
Nonsense. Silly people don't know their own silly business.
Tonight, old man, you did it, you did it, you did it. You said that you would do it, and indeed you did. I thought that you would rue it. I doubted you'd do it, but now I must admit it that succeed you did. You should get a medal or be even made a knight.
It was nothing. Really nothing.
All alone you hurled every obstacle in sight.
Now wait, now wait. Give credit where it's due. A lot of the glory goes to you.
But you did it, you did it, you did it. As sturdy as Gibraltar, not a second did you falter. There's no doubt about it. You did it. I must have aged in the air tonight. At times I thought I'd die of fright. have heard the oohs and ahs, everyone wondering who she was.
You'd think they'd never seen a lady before.
And when the Prince of Transylvania asked to meet her, and gave his arm to lead her to the floor, I said to him, you did it, you did it, you did it. They thought she was ecstatic, and said, damn you, Mr. Knight, and they never knew that you did it.
Congratulations, Professor Higgins, for your glorious victory. Congratulations, Professor Higgins, for your victory. The secrets that you gave to the Professor Higgins, you sent them for your glorious victory. The secrets that you gave to the Professor Higgins, we knew to see us here, and you heard them,
All I can say is thank God it's all over. Now I can go to bed at last without dreading tomorrow.
Good night, Mr. Higgins.
Good night.
I think I shall turn in too. It's been a great occasion, a triumph for you. Good night.
Good night, Pickering. Pickering! Pickering!
I don't know where the girl went at all, Mr. Higgins.
Pickering, didn't she say where to send her
I
clothes?
told you, sir, she took them all with her.
What?
Eliza's bolted. And Mrs. Pierce let her go without saying a word about it.
Well, I'm dashed.
What am I to do? I can't find anything. I don't know what appointments I've got. I got tea this morning instead of coffee.
Eliza would know.
Of course she would, but damn it, she's gone.
Did either of you gentlemen frighten her last night?
Well, you were there, Mrs. Pierce. We hardly said a word to her. Higgins, did you bully her after I went to bed?
Just the other way around. She threw the slippers at me. I never gave her the slightest provocation. The slippers came bang at my head before I uttered a word. And she used the most perfectly awful language. I was shocked.
Well, I'm dashed.
I can't understand it. She was shown every possible consideration. She admitted it herself.
Well, I'm dashed.
For God's sake, Pickering, stop being dashed and do something. Call the police.
Mr. Higgins, you can't give Eliza's name to the police as if she were a thief or a lost umbrella.
Why not? I want to find her. The girl belongs to me. I paid £5 for her.
Quite right. Scotland Yard, please. Can I have some coffee, Mrs. Pearson? Good morning, old fellow. Colonel Hugh Pickering here. 27A Wimpole Street. I want to report a missing person. Eliza Doolittle. Yes, this is her residence. Between 3 and 4 in the morning? No relation at all. Let's just say a good friend. What the girl does here is our affair. Your affair is getting her back so she can continue doing it.
What in all of heaven could have prompted her to go after such a triumph at the ball? What could have depressed her? What could have possessed her? I cannot understand the wretch at all.
I say, Higgins, I have an old chum at the Home Office. Perhaps he can help. Yes, I'll call him. Whitehall 7244, please.
Women are irrational, that's all there is to that. Their heads are full of cotton, hay and rags. They're nothing but exasperating, irritating, vacillating, calculating, agitating, maddening and infuriating hags.
Hello, is Brewster Budge in there, please? Oh, could you ask him to call back? Thank you.
Pickering, why can't a woman be more like a man? Yes. Why can't a woman be more like a man? The men are so honest, so thoroughly square, eternally noble, historically fair. When you win, will always give your back a pat. Why can't a woman be like that? Why does everyone do what the others do? Can't a woman learn to use her head? Why do they do everything their mothers do? Why don't they grow up like their fathers instead? Why can't a woman just take after a man? Men are so pleasant, so easy to please. Whenever you're with them, you're always at ease. Would you be slighted if I didn't speak for hours?
Of course not.
Would you be livid if I had a drink or two?
Nonsense.
Would you be wounded if I never sent you flowers?
Never.
Why can't a woman be like you? One man in a million may shout a bit. Now and then there's one with slight defects. One perhaps whose truthfulness you doubt a bit. But by and large, we are a marvelous sex. Why can't a woman behave like a man? If men are so friendly, good-natured and kind, a better companion you never will find. If I were hours late for dinner, would you bellow?
Of course not.
If I forgot your silly birthday, would you fast? Nonsense. Would you complain if I took out another fellow? Why can't a woman be like us?
Hello? Hello, is Brewster Budge in there? Rosie. You'll never, never, never guess who this is. Yes, it is. Oh, what a George of the memory you've got. How are you, old fellow? It's so good to hear your voice again. 30 years, is it really? Yes, oceans of water. Lucy, old chap, something rather unpleasant has happened here. Could I come over and see you? Oh, good. I'll come at once. Thank you, Lucy. I'm going over to the Home Office, Mrs. Pierce.
I do hope you find her, Colonel Pickering. Mr. Higgins will miss her.
Mr. Higgins will miss her. Blast Mr. Higgins. I'll miss her.